where's Marissa?
She has her driving test today, so she's not going to be here. You and Raymond have a part, so we're going to film that so we can get at least a little filming done today.
There are some serious conflicts that can emerge in groups. As adults, we sometimes expect students to know how to do things in working with other people that they're not explicitly taught or sort of called on or coached on.
All right, you guys, we only got about 10 minutes till the end of class, so you want to get your filming done.
When we put groups together, we definitely look at who is going to get on with who and who doesn't necessarily get along with each other but are going to benefit from being in a group together. In B block, Marissa and Ronnie's group was the group that I saw struggle there.
How do you have the mic on?
You got to turn this thing on.
Please tell me you turned it on. That's why there's two buttons and I said to press both of them.
It wasn't on?
Oh my!
You lying? That's annoying.
I was a little worried about them, especially because once they got to the point where their video wasn't working, they were sort of clashing a little bit. You guys didn't make those corrections. This is what I'm most sort of frustrated about, because this is the same feedback you had last Wednesday. You've got to make those edits quick. We're running out of time. Essentially, when they went to show it the day that was due, half the people in the group hadn't even seen the video, you know, and then, so who do you know, the people that hadn't seen the video wanted to blame Marissa and them for not editing it right, but then Marissa is like, oh, you've never even seen the, you know, you could give me some support.
The word I used to describe the beginning was inscrutable. I just was totally lost.
I know you're working on that, but we're out of time, so.
If Marissa had told us, like, she was overwhelmed, we could have taken stuff off her back, like, right away, instead of, like, finding out today she was behind on everything. Well, we didn't really do anything for the past couple of weeks, so communication is pretty important.
Yeah, but it's a two-way street. Like, what I found out, our job too, we should have stayed on her. And be like, well, can I at least see what you've edited so far, or what's going on, instead of just taking the, you know, fine.
And also we have a flash for it that shows the twin paradox, but Haley hasn't been here, so she needs to do the voiceover for it.
Marissa was incredibly frustrated and had a complete meltdown because she's looking around saying, half my group's not here, the rest of them are just wandering around being social, I'm trying to get the video done, nobody's doing anything but me, and she was really struggling with it. And she didn't want to talk about it right then, and I went and got her some hot chocolate, and we hung out for a little bit, and then Raymond came over to help, and I sat Ronnie down later on individually to talk to him, and they pulled together. Sometimes it takes talking to the individuals, like a student like Ronnie. Ronnie's a great kid. Ronnie doesn't want to let people down. Ronnie is incredibly distractible and wants to be off chatting about football, and you pull him aside and say, Ronnie, your group is really frustrated because they don't feel you're doing anything. Right now they need help with this. And he'll pull that together.
Communication is probably our biggest issue. I guess the way that we got through that was we actually decided to pick up the phone, use AIM, and talk to each other instead of just, okay, hey, you done with it? Yeah, I'm done with it. Actually became like, hey, do you need some help with it? Maybe I can help you. Maybe you can give it to me, and maybe I can start working on it.
I think that was one of the neat things that they started to learn through this was, this is not about your friends. This is about, you know, you've been assigned to work together. You don't not like each other. So just sit down and trade cell phone numbers and email addresses and figure it out.
Okay. Like, so then we have like him pretending to be that kid, and then we got over the communication issue, and then we had a procrastination issue now, because then I just thought, hey, we can wait till the last minute. We're just teaching kids, you know, it shouldn't be too hard.
If we just talk saying like time dilation is this and this and this, you're gonna be like, what?
I don't think I ever managed to get them to manage their time well. That never happened. That was a huge expectation for this project.
During the video, and everybody was always talking, and I learned that you gotta make everybody be quiet and get back on task to be able to finish what you gotta do.
Dear God, go!
Hey, Ron.
Dude, I didn't even do a face.
Go! Because we recorded on the day after it was due, we figured that we had to get it done.
My name's Haley, this is Marissa, Shada, Raymond, and Ronnie, and we're from Metropolitan School of Arts and Technology.
I watched Ronnie and Marissa's group teach one of their lessons. I was impressed with what they had ended up with, the concept of relativity and the twin paradox. That's kind of hard to teach to 11-year-olds.
So it circles the sun at a different time. So on the second here, what would be a second on Jupiter?
They're trying to talk to this class, and the class was just sitting there and blinking at them, and they weren't getting anything out of them. And towards the end, the whole class was incredibly engaged and really excited and all participating.
What is the twin paradox?
Two people who age the same, one went away, and then he came back, and then...
A student like Ronnie is someone who rises to his potential when he's put in front of a large group of people and they take him seriously.
Let's say you got an injury. You didn't want to miss your next big game. It's playoffs. So you go into a time dilator, and time for you, it feels like 2 weeks gone by, but it's only been 2 hours.
You know, again, I don't think they're going to be itching to work with each other again, but they got it done. I think they felt proud and thought things went really well.
So the final question, which you're going to write down, is what was the point of this lesson?
To learn the good and bad things about time dilation and how it affects human life.